Louisiana Beer Reviews, Karbach, Love Street, Kolsch-style blonde ale, brewed in Houston, Texas by Karbach Brewing, an Anheuser-Busch InBev company since 2016. Karbach was established in 2011. It's right there in northwestern Houston. I was looking at the map in between where 290 starts, between the old 290 and the current U.S. Highway 290, which goes all the way to Austin, then through Austin and out to the desert. But that highway is actually only located within Texas itself, Texas herself. 90 goes from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, all the way out to the West Texas desert. And 190 runs from Slidell, Louisiana, out to the West Texas desert. So the 90, the 90, the 190, and the 290 end in the desert. Okay, why? Do you like a thick head of foam on your blonde ales? Slightly off-white. The sun is not above that roof line yet, but it's hazy, extremely bubbly, golden. These are fierce bubbles. This is some major bubble action. Crackly. This is the first video review for this canned version in the world. There was a growler review from last year. This can was given to me by a store manager. I overheard did I overhear him, or was he talking to me? I can't remember. The area sales representative for Anheuser-Busch InBev Southern Eagle was telling me, oh yeah, that hasn't even been released yet. It's coming out this week. In cans, I guess he meant. Alright, Love Street, 4.9% alcohol, 20 IBUs. The malts are 2-row pale barley malt and wheat. Okay, so it's a wheat beer to some extent. The hops are German, as you would expect. Kolsch from Cologne, Germany. Tettnang and Herletar Mittelfuhr. Beer Advocate says this beer ain't no good. It's a 69 out of 100. Bleh. Bad. Rate Beer says, heck, it's worse than that. It's a 45 out of 100. Just like, but here's something to consider. They're saying it's an 82 in the style. So in the style, Kolsch, it's kind of good. Meaning what? They don't like Kolsch. I like good Kolsches from Germany, you know, like the Reisdorf Kolsch and the Sooner Kolsch. Oh yeah. Most of the American Kolsches, they're kind of dull, like that one from Leinenkugels. They're, was it Canoe Paddler? I just drink Miller Lite or Milwaukee's Best Light. It's just kind of blah. A Kolsch is a funny beer. It's sort of like an ale made to drink like a lager. Maybe like a shortcut beer without the long lagering process. That's my thinking, because otherwise, why would you make it? I see some definite little chunks stuck to the side of the glass as the head receded. Little tan chunks or beige chunks. Well, I have a feeling when I do the swish and pour, ooh, Kansas City Southern Railroad. And I did see a passenger car on that rail the day of the LSU game, Troy at LSU. So I'm thinking that people must rent charters from New Orleans and take them to the LSU game. It was just an engine pulling a passenger car, and it was zooming through this town much faster than legally it's supposed to do. Definite, pungent, full grain nose, okay, wheat, barley. Maybe a little slight lemony from the hops, but it's so slight, it's almost not worth mentioning. Smells pretty good. All right, 4.9. Sounds all right. That's in my preferred range, the 4.9. Yeah, 20 IBU. See, it does have. Yeah, that charter with the passenger. It wasn't even honking really. It was just zooming through with just a few little honk honk. Probably it was some New Orleans government officials. They tend to utilize the railroads and whatnot in a private way, because you can't buy a regular passenger ticket for us Kansas City Southern. Amtrak does not run on that track, that railroad. They run on the Illinois Central, where it goes from New Orleans to Chicago, on the city of New Orleans. And then the one to Florida is the what? From New Orleans down to Florida, the Sunshine. What's the name? That's famous route. Sunshine Express. I can't remember. Yee. They do run a passenger thing when they do that. The delivery, the children's Christmas, the impoverished children. They'll deliver toys like off that train. I see that going there. It's old style. These are old coaches from like the 1940s that have been refurbished. I'm talking about. And they used to have the orphan train that came around here also. Yeah, literally a train full of orphans that would stop at every depot, and you could pick a child to adopt. Orphan train. I was talking to somebody that said they had an uncle that adopted a child off the train. Okay, There's a slight little tanginess, like the pale malts, a little tanginess with, I want to say citrus, but I don't believe. Slightly sourdough, maybe grassy and citrus. I don't know. It's hard to pin this one down. The mouthfeel's medium, a little fluffy, like semi-ale fluffy, mostly crisp finish. Look, a well-done Kolsch to me is always strange. The Center Kolsch, the Reisdorf, they're good, they're wonderful, but they're still a little odd. This is not like a hugely popular style of beer as it stands. Sort of a niche style in a way. I think there's probably more people that dislike the style than like the style. I could live without the style, honestly. But, you know, it's interesting. Love Street, baby. Yeah. Got your little iconic 1960s symbols, like the peace symbol, which really started in the 50s, by the way. And some flowers. Yeah. Got a Texas, made in Texas icon, you know, certified made in Texas. It's got the date, guys. Crafted on July 11th, 2017. Going on 3 months, and it just arrived here. So why would they sit on this for 3 months? I do not know this. Super fresh would probably be wonderful, but then that would go for almost anything. Yeah, I think B is a good score. It's like good. They're saying in the style on Rate Beer, it's marginally good, 82, a B minus. I'm saying more like B, like 85. It's good. I wouldn't pay a lot for it. I mean, if you see it, well, that's some powdery sediment. If you see it, buy it and try it, you'll probably like it. When I saw Kolsch, I said, because I was told, okay, there's 4. I was told of a location. The store manager said, in this location, there's 4 cans. You can take 2. I'm going to take 2. I said, okay. So I already had the Hopadillo and the Rodeo Clown. So I'll pick this one. The Love Street. Okay, and another one, which we'll get to later. All right, so Les Les Bon Temps Roulé, a good beer. For a style that's kind of good. But, you know, some people might love Kolsch. So y'all come on down to Southeastern Louisiana.